Hey, family, come on in and grab a seat. I am so happy that you are joining Rooted Vines again. If you are new here and you just came across this channel, you are welcomed here too. I just want to introduce myself really quick. I'm Mayaka Anderson, the co-founder of Rooted Vines, where we offer herbal teas to help you heal your mind, body, and your spirit. Okay. And here at you on our YouTube platform, I talk about inner alchemy, and I do get down to herbs sometimes, okay? Sometimes. They all go together. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining Rooted Vines again. And today is going to be another awesome subject that we're going to be talking about. And it is write your own book. Manifesting the life you deserve. Okay. But before we get started, I need you to hit the like button. I need you to hit the subscribe button and share it to a friend if you can. Okay. I need to get some subscribers and some viewers on these videos. All right. So, anyways, and it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay. So, let's get started. So, today we're not just talking about living your best life. We're talking about writing your best life out literally. Okay. So this is where the magic will begin. But what you are thinking inside of your head, putting on paper, and then watching it march off the paper into real life. So let's go ahead and get this party started, y'all. Okay. So I'm about to introduce to you one of the most powerful, okay, maybe the second, because I talked about gratitude and that is pretty powerful, but this is totally different. Okay. So one of the most powerful manifestation tools you'll ever use. Okay. Hands down, you'll ever use. It's called writing your book. I'm not talking about journaling. I'm not talking about writing a letter. I'm talking about writing your book. Okay? Not a novel, not an autobiography for the masses to read, but for your personal book where you are the author, the main character, and the director of your life's journey. Okay? You get to call the shots all the way through this book. So let's talk about that. What does that look like? Simple. You're the author of your own story, honey. So let me hit you with the truth right here. Your life, as I have said before, is a stage, and you are the writer of the script. Okay, you get to decide if it's going to be a drama, comedy, if it's going to be sci-fi, whatever it is. You get to decide what genre your book is going to be in. You don't have to sit back and wait for anyone else to give you permission or pick out the roles or who do you want to have the starring characters or support characters in your book. You get to decide everything, what everything looks like. So since you don't have to wait for anyone, it gets better. Your story can only go where you want it to go. So remember the man at the pool in the Bible? He waited 38 years for someone else to call the shots. For someone else to come along and call the shots. We don't want to be that person. We want to make sure that we are able to motivate ourselves, get up to do something, and to move forward. Don't wait for your breakthrough. Right? To break through something, there has to be a force, right? I can't sit here and say I'm going to break through something and I'm not doing anything. I'm not putting any action behind it. You have to be willing to work and push through it to have a breakthrough. Okay? Break being the objective word here, breakthrough. So don't wait for permission. Okay? You have the pen in hand. That is your weapon, your sword, your pen in hand, and it's time to write your story with power, purpose, and intention. Okay? Power, purpose, and intention. So how do we go about doing that? All right. I'm so happy you asked. I'm so happy you asked. How do you create the book of blank? So I would say, how would I go about creating the book of Mayaka? Okay, that's my name. So you know how when you flip through the Bible, you got the Matthew, you got you got John. Everybody has people have a book, right? Matthew, Luke, Mark, and John. Okay, there we go. It's coming back. It's coming back. You're going to write your book with your name on it, right? It's simple. It's very simple. But the results of you doing this project that I'm talking about is going to be extraordinary. It's going to be beyond. It's going to blow your mind. Okay. So how do we go about doing this? Okay. Number one, we already have the title of the book. It's going to be your name. Your name is going to be the title, right? The book of whatever your name is. So number one, you have to decide how are you going to do your chapters. You can start by dividing your book into chapters by maybe every month. It's going to be a new chapter for the year because maybe it's the book of Mayaka for 2025, right? And so January is going to be a chapter. February is going to be a chapter. March, so on, right? Or it could be each quarter, every 3 months, you switch to a new chapter. It's up to you and how you feel about writing your book. Remember, you don't have to wait. You can decide if you want it weeks, chapters, or month with chapters, quarters, whatever you want to do. You get to sit in the driver's seats and you get to call the shots. There's no wrong in this, right? It's what resonates with you. These chapters will represent the different seasons of your life, each with a unique theme or a unique goal. You get to decide again. So, as you write this out, you have to envision what you want your life to look like in these chapters. And you're going to write them out as if you are reading the story about someone else's life, but it is you that you're going to be writing and reading about, your characteristics, what you want to see in this character, where this character is going, how they're going to get to their life dream, so on and so on. Okay. Now, we can also design your days, right? Every day can be a scene in your book. So, like if I wanted to write my book tonight, I would write what I want my tomorrow would look like. So, the character that I see me playing, what it will look like, what is going on, and to write it out. Okay, so you want to write it out the way that you see in your mind your day unfolding, where it makes you feel good about yourself, where opportunities are coming, so that you can already project your emotion into the next day, right? So you're kind of preparing yourself for the next day, all the way down to the conversations that you'll be having, who you'll be talking to, who you'll possibly meet, and the opportunities that will arrive. This will get you excited, right? So that emotion, it gets you excited. Now, I'm not saying that the next day all of the things will happen, but as you continue to write the narrative, your script, things will start to open up, and then you will find that you'll just wake up one day and your life is actually being played out the way that you are writing it out. Powerful stuff, powerful stuff. So I'll give you an example. I wake up feeling energized and grateful. My morning starts with a cup of tea, and as I sit, I check my email. I find an exciting opportunity that just out of the blue found me somehow. And later, I meet someone who offers me a cool connection to level up in my life, my business, whatever it is, because I am purposely and intentionally in my mind drawing these opportunities, writing them down so that they can come out and play in the worlds of imagination with us. Now, as we talk about writing your story, we need to also talk about the power of manifestation through writing so that you truly understand. The practice is powerful because writing is manifestation in action. So, as I was telling you, you're thinking of this stuff, but when you take it out of your mind, you're bringing it into this realm, you're putting it on paper. That means it becomes tangible. That means it has a frequency in a life that you've given it, right? Because you are now a creator, and so you're creating the script for life, for your life, and that's why it's so powerful. So when you write something down, you're doing more than just imagining it. You are creating it, right? So understand, we are creators. You're directing the energy that you have outside of yourself, and you're placing it into the universe towards your vision. You're saying, this is what I want. This is what I desire. This is what I would like to have. This is what I am creating, and I'm ready to receive it now. I understand and I'm excited about receiving this thing. And here's the secret sauce, y'all. Okay, come a little closer. Here's the secret sauce. Now, when you write this down, don't just write with your mind, okay? Write it with your heart. I can't stress that enough. I was talking about gratitude on another video and how you have to invoke emotion All of this, when we deal on the metaphysical level, you have to invoke the emotion. It is the lighter fluid to your wood, right? This is how you get the party started, is by having your emotions. Okay, so as you're writing it, you're feeling it, you're putting it down, and you're excited. Have you, I don't know if y'all are readers, I'm readers, you get a good book and you start reading and things are happening and you get so excited, like, what's going on? I've had books where I'm like at work and I'm like, man, I wonder what's about to happen in the next chapter, right? It just get the imagination starts to flow. You have you know what the characters look like, you created it in your mind, you know what the scenery looks like in your mind, right? And you get really attached to these characters in this book, especially if it's like a trilogy or something. You need to have the same energy when it comes to you writing out your book, your story. You need to have that joy and that excitement and that anticipation for the good things to come. It's like planting seeds in your garden in the soil of the future. Right? I always talk about talking to yourself, to the to your future self. Well, this is like writing out, planning the way that your future self is going to get there. Okay, so let me slow down. For example, the season of confidence, you could say, right? For chapter 1, if you want, where you write about becoming bold, fearless, unstoppable, right? What does that look like to you? How would you live that out right now? What would tomorrow look like if you were bold, fearless, and unstoppable? What would that day look like? What would that week look like? What would that month look like? How would you go about moving through your day? Or it could be the chapter of the season of opportunity. How are opportunities coming in to meet you? This is real life, how you see things going in your head, how you see yourself moving throughout your life. You're going to put this in the book. You're writing a life that does not exist yet, but you are putting it into motion so that it can come forth, right? So the season of opportunities, unexpected blessings. What does that look like for you? How does that come in to you, and how does that resonate with you? You also want to write your character. Who do you want to be in the future? Who are you trying to be? What characteristics do you want to have? This is where you really need to get very specific about who you want to become, what characteristics uh, you want to embody and work out. How do you sound? How do you speak? Are you soft tone? Are you loud? Are you boisterous? Are you, fun? What do you sound like in the book? And as you write this as you write the book going through, envision yourself being this person, embodying these characteristics, this voice. How do you even walk? How do you walk? Did your walk change because now you're confident, or because opportunities came your way? What does your walk look like? Even interacting with others, what does that look like? What does you visiting your family now look like in your book? Or hanging out with your girlfriends? Are you at the club, or do you have brunch on Sundays? Like, do you all have kids, or are all you empty nesters? You have to be very vivid and very detailed. People always say when you pray to God, you want to be very detailed. Well, you want to be detailed in this book too. You want to be able to see yourself there. Now, this is the thing. When you're writing it, don't be like, oh, this is unbelievable. I will never be this person. You may not be that person right this minute, but as you write this out, your mind and your perspectives, the way you see things, the way you see yourself starts to change. That's the whole purpose of this, is to understand that you have allowed others to write your story for so long, you don't recognize that you are playing someone else's character in their script. You don't understand that you went and you auditioned for someone else's book. We're going to cut that. We're going to quit. Time out for all of that. We're going to go and get on our own stage with our own script, and we're going to do what we want to do, right? So don't say, this is crazy, I'll never be that person. If that's who you want to be, envision being that person and write that out. What does that look like? And what is she or he doing on a day to day basis? What conversations is she or he having? Where are you going? Who are you dealing with? What kind of job do you have? Are you trying to leave a job? And if so, where are you trying to go from there? And write a exit from this point, from the job, and an entrance to the next. I don't know too much about the film industry, but I know you got stage left, stage right, you exit, you come in. You got to think like that. Like if you want to leave, you can. We have lots of choices. It's not always easy, but as you write these things out, opportunities, blessings will start to come to help aid you in your quest, right? And I like that word, your quest, your journey to get to where you want to go. In this also, you want to put down, are you going to be confident? Are you going to be more humble? Are you going to be magnetic, right? Or do you want to be the potato sack sitting in the corner? You get to choose. You can be that too. You ain't got to be all that in a bag of chips. You can be the potato in the corner. But I believe that you will choose the magnetic route, okay? You're going to choose the magnetic route. When you start writing your life with this kind of intention, with this kind of power, with this type of purpose, you'll notice some amazing things start to happen. Now, the beauty of writing this book is that you are not limited. There is no ceiling, right? By what you see or even what you think you know, right? You're only limited by your imagination. So let your imagination run wild. Unlock the door and see what life holds for you. And last but never least, understand that again, imagination has no ceiling. It has no ceiling. I know I just said that, but I don't think you understood what I said, so I said it again. All right. So let's talk about the practical tips for writing your book. One, start each day with intention. Know what you're doing. Too many people are out here, they just wake up and they just move and they do stuff, but they don't stop and ask themselves, why am I doing this? What kind of value and purpose does this hold in my life? Do I actually need to do this? If I didn't do this, what would happen? Sometimes we have to have those conversations, and that's why Rooted Vines is where it is, because we offer tea so you can carve out time so you can have those conversations with self, right? Journal, okay? You got to journal. Journal is different from what I am telling you to do here writing your book. But you need to journal, okay? Write down what went well. Take a progress note, right? As you write your book, what went well? Because what you can do in the near future is compare what went well to what you wrote and to see what is actually playing out. And you will be amazed. Now, look, this ain't going to be no fly by night, microwavable, drive through kind of thing. Okay. You're going to write this out and it's going to take some time to come into fruition, but it will manifest itself. Okay. So stay positive. It creates a gratitude loop, and it feeds into the next day. So we want to do that. Who doesn't want to have a great next day? Okay. A lot of y'all are stressed out about some things that are going on, or you don't know how to tell someone no, or you're not going to be able to make it, or whatever it is. Understand that you need to feed yourself goodness for the next day, okay? And then give yourself compassion for the day that you're in, because everything isn't going to go right. Even when you do this, everything takes a while to gel. It's like the computer and the algorithm. You are changing the algorithm of your life. So it's got to, the program's got to change. So you got to give it time to change. So stay consistent, okay? Stay consistent. And revise when necessary. Sometimes we find out we want something, and then by the time you get that, you're like, this is not what I want. This is not what I signed up for. This is what it was about? You just didn't know. It looked good from the outside, but it wasn't for you. And it's okay to revise. You can change things. Again, you have choices. You get to make decisions. You can change. Screenwriters, playwriters, all that, they revise stuff all the time, right? It looked good. It sounded good. The couple should have been together. Nah, this is not working. It's not going the way I thought it was going to go, or I don't see it heading towards or giving me purpose, right? Or intention or aligning with my dreams all of a sudden. So we're going to revise it. That is totally fine. Don't act like you got to be stuck. Just rewrite it and put something else in so you can get back on the path that you desire to be on. So I ask you this, honey. What's one thing you'd write in your life right now if there were no limits? If there were no limits, What would you write right now for to start to manifest? What area of life would you work on? Right? So put it down in the comments. Don't be shy. Throw it in there. We all on the same boat, honey. Okay. So living the story that you write. Here's the magic. The things you write about will show up in your life. So don't be like, what is this? What witchcraft hoodoo is this? It's not. The universe listens. It's all frequency and vibrations. If you put it out there, it has to show up. It's a natural law, honey. The opportunities, the people, the growth, it's got to be there. This isn't just about manifestation, it's about co-creation. We all agree we have been given permission, the power to create. So what's the problem? Why everybody get freaked out when you start creating things? Why do people start getting freaked out when you take stuff that you dreamt about and you make it manifest in your life? Somebody thought about this mouse and they manifested it. Why is that so scary? Why don't we understand this happens on a daily basis? And yet we feel like we can't do the same. Honey, you can do the same. We're not just living this life, right? We are designing it. You are the architect of your own life. You are shaping it. You're making it into something extraordinary. If you move the fear out of the way and just walk in it, you have already been given the power. You have been given the permission. So what are you waiting for? Remember, your book is a masterpiece if you choose for it to be. It's filled with triumphs, lessons, and love. And yes, uh, drama. Drama always comes with it. There's always good and bad and whatever, but how much? What you can control what you can, and make it great. Because what's a good story without a little twist? Okay? Ain't nobody picking up no book just to read and there's no nothing for them to learn, or there's no plot or no twist. This is life. There's levels to this thing. There's always going to be a plot and a twist, something that we don't see coming that kind of bulldozes us. But guess what? Again, you get to revise the story when it shows up. How are we going to handle this, right? How are we going to write this out of our story where it's not going to affect what I'm doing in my script? We have to understand that we are powerful creatures and we must be willing to use our power to do some amazing things within our own life. So, what I want you to do is I want you to grab a pen. I want you to grab a book. It can be a notebook. It ain't got to be nothing fancy, y'all. Stop trying to be all fancy. I just need you to do this, all right? And I need you to just start writing. Just start writing the book of place your name and start writing. You can start by writing what you want tomorrow to look like and then decide how you want your chapters to go, okay? Remember, you are the author. You're the hero, okay? You're the director of your life. Don't let anyone write your story for you. We are not puppets. I am not Pinocchio. I don't need anyone to write my story for me. I know how to write my own story. So, if you're wondering what's in the next chapter of my book, let's just say it's full of gratitude. It's full of growth. And y'all know it's full of tea, honey. It's full of tea, okay? So what's in yours? Share down below. All right, I'm going to get out. I do want to show you some of my journals that I have. I have growing through because I have a gratitude journal. I have a book. And then I have my prayers to the Most High that I keep sacred, right? So I'm always writing. And it's amazing when you go back and read a journal from years later and you get everything you asked for. Honey, this is powerful. Write your way out of your situation. Believe that it can come true. Be powerful, intentional with your life. All right, y'all, I'm going to go. Thank you, family, for joining me. And as always, I pray whatever you seek, whatever you are desiring is seeking and desiring you in this realm. You take care of yourself, all right? Talk to you later. Bye.